Hey everybody, today we're going to make this guy, and he's pretty big, so it was hard for me to figure out how to show him to you so you could see everything that was involved in making him. So there it is. He's really cute as a button, and we're gonna make one. So I'm gonna put the camera up here. It's a good picture of my hand there, and I'll hold him up here for you to see too. There's a bat on his hat. There is the flower I made out of leaves the other day. His pumpkin head. A nice bow. This is the Halloween cloth you can get at Dollar Tree. A vase. The light that you can buy is 240 hours, I believe. This is sitting on a mirror from the Dollar Tree, and then I've covered it in Dollar Tree washi tape. So there are a couple things like the paint I used on the pumpkin that didn't come from the Dollar Tree, but you maybe could get it from there. I'm not sure. But I'm going to just show you how I made him. So I'm going to pull the camera over and we'll get started. And I'm trying to get this at a good angle. I hope that works. Seems like the camera's a little crooked, but I don't know. Anyway, this is what the pumpkin starts out as, and it came, like I say, from the Dollar Tree. And this is the paint that I used, and it's burnt sienna, apple barrel, plaid brand. Anyway, so what I did, this will dry really fast. There's a little piece of that Halloween cloth that will stick to it. Anyway, put some of this paint on it, then just start painting it. You want to kind of dry paint it, meaning let this paint get real thin. Just keep painting and painting with the same paint that's on it, and it will, it won't cover it. It'll just give it like an antique look in a way. And so when I get this part done, I'll come back because I don't want the video to be too long and all that. So I'll be back in a minute and show you what it looks like. So we got the pumpkin painted, and there are darker spots and lighter, and that's good. It just gives it dimension. And on top, I didn't worry too much about that because that's going to be covered. So there's our pumpkin, and it's just about dry. The coat of paint is so thin on it that it dries really, really fast. So for the hat, I did not get this or this at Dollar Tree. I got these at Walmart, but I wanted something, well, like the chevron print or something real Halloween looking. So I chose these two things to make the hat out of. This is just glitter paper. It was like 97 cents, and there's 2 sheets in here, which we'll use both. And then this is just a little bag. It's made out of plastic. And so we're going to use, I used the 1/2 for half the, or for the hat, so then we'll use the other half. So let me get this open. The hardest thing to do on this, to me, is the hat. But the first thing I did was took this glitter paper, and one thing I like about this is the glitter doesn't fall everywhere. You might have just a little bit, but it's minimal. Okay, you put your two sides with the plain side together, and then take your pumpkin, set it down in the middle. One of the legs of the tripod's kind of in the way. Whoops. Then what I did was I just eyeballed it, and I just went around the hat, cutting a circle. This is for the brim. And I don't measure when I cook. I don't mark off when I craft, usually. I just like to make things unique and individual and all that. So I'm just trying to make this, it's pretty much as much of a circle as I can. Okay. I have a trash bag here. I'm not just throwing it in the floor. So that looks pretty good to me. So I'll set that back over there. So there's that part. Now we want to do this part. And so what I'm going to do is just cut away all the bag except this one section right here. And I won't use that bottom part because it has like a crease in it, which won't look good on her hat. So now we have just this piece of this vinyl top material. And I just rolled it until I got as wide, you know, this part as wide as I could possibly get it. And you have to do a little trimming and stuff. So hold that in place and put just a thin cut or a thin squirt of glue. And you'll need to put that all the way down it. It's wanting to not cooperate. And like I say, make that a thin line of hot glue. You don't want a big glob of it. So well, I glued that kind of together, but that's okay because we put our bat up there, so Anyway, just clip off that little point right there, and on this part, just cut it straight across. So you have the top part of your hat. Now you want to try to keep this together just how you cut it, so that when you glue these two pieces together, it'll all match up. So now what you want to do is come in here and make your little circle to put your top part of your hat in. And do not cut this too big, because if you do, your hat's going to slip through it, or the top part of your hat's going to slip through it. Let's see. I believe I need to cut a little bit more over here. Let me see how that... I think I can make it just a little bit bigger. So what we'll do is measure that down over it, and that looks good. So we can throw that away. Now what you need to do, maybe just cut that a little bit more even. That sits down pretty good. So go through and cut about, I want to say 1/2 inch little slits, about 1.5 inches apart. All the way around. There. Then, remembering how you took this off, it's very important to remember how you took it off. Just lift that off. Wait a minute, now I'm forgetting what I'm doing. Yeah. Bring you're gonna have to, wait a minute, let me do it this way. No, let me do it this way. No, let me do it this way. Yeah. I act like I don't know what I'm doing, and half the time I don't. You know, I did it the first time just fine, and now, okay, just make these a little bit longer because it's giving me a hard time. Okay. what you want to do is make this, you want these little flaps in between on your hat. But I am just, for some reason, having the hardest time. I might have to go to plan B because plan A is not working. And probably somebody is out there watching and hollering at me what I need to do. And for some reason I cannot get it to work right. And I messed up keeping this together, but that's not that big a deal. I can always recut just a little bit. Let's see. I understand now why people, when they're on TV, they have rehearsals and stuff. Okay. What I'm going to do, because I've spent like 2 or 3 minutes making myself look stupid, I'm going to figure out what I'm doing wrong and I'll be back. Okay, I got it figured out. I'm just doing exactly what I was trying to do. I just couldn't get it done. But now I am. And so, with those flaps, I've spread them out and glued them down. Then I want to put this other section of the hat on, and once again I have got it not lined up, but it won't take but a minute. I think right here is where it goes. No. You know, sometimes I really want things to go right and they don't, but that's okay. Because you gotta have fun when you do stuff. And so anyway, I'm not gonna worry about it. What I'm gonna do is just find the best spot I can. Right here looks good. I'm going to spray this down, and then I'm going to just cut that to match. So, I'm going to take some spray glue, which, there it is. It's this, I got it at Walmart. And just spray, unless it's clogged. This is, doesn't seem to be my day. So I'm not sure why this doesn't want to work. Now it's working. You just spray this around. It usually sprays out a little bit better. Now it's doing good. Spray that on there. I'm going to come back and cut my hat where it matches a little better. And just do that all the way around. And it'll take just a few minutes for that to dry. And this kind of looks messy, but you're going to use that, this is Halloween cloth that they sell at Dollar Tree, and that will hide anything that is messy looking. So we're going to cut the hat so that the edges don't show the white edges. And I do apologize about that not working. The first one I made, it just worked beautifully. So let's see. There's one little spot right here I need to cut. And if you have a better way of doing this, then do it, because whatever's easiest is what you need to do. So anyway, there's our hat. Like I said, that's like for me, the hardest part. So take your pumpkin and take your hat and sit your hat on your pumpkin. I like mine to be just a little slanted. So I'm going to take the glue gun and go around it. Well, I think I'll go around the hat. And then just kind of put it on there a little bit slanted. We're going to go underneath the hat with some of that cloth to hide anything that might not look too good. So we got that done. Now take this cloth that came from the Dollar Tree. I've rolled it up so it's easier to cut. But anyway, just roll it up, cut off a piece, and then unroll it. It kind of looks like a gauze in a way. But just put it around the brim of your hat, kind of wad it and make it look a little messy. And just kind of get it in place, and any imperfections you have, you'll want to cover those with it. And then start gluing. Whoops. This fabric cloth, I think it came in gray and black, but I'm going to get a couple things of it just to have in crafting, because it just really comes in handy. So now I have that glued around the top of the hat, and I'm going to glue some around under here to hide anything that's messy looking there. So I'm cutting another section of it. And you have to, if you cut thin sections like this, you have to be a little bit easy with it. And so just put you some hot glue. another stick. And just stick your cloth up there. We're almost done. And so I'll cut that little piece that's hanging off. And my battery is low, so I'm gonna have to stop here and charge my battery. But we've gotten our hat made, which is good, and our pumpkin painted and all that. So like I said, I have to charge my battery, and when I get that done, I'll come back and we'll finish up. And I appreciate you all watching me do this, and I hope you get some tips from it, and I'll see you in just a minute. I apologized earlier about having a problem getting the hat pointy part on, and I figured out what I did was I didn't cut the little slits close enough together, and so it didn't want to, the little flaps didn't want to bend out because they were cut too far apart. So anyway, that's what happened with that. So I got the cloth stuff put on, and now the next thing we're going to do is put on the little bat. And this came from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put the camera down a little bit so you can see. And remember, I made the little goof in it, so I will put the bat right there. And I think these are so cute, and they were 2 for $1. So I'm just, this is kind of hard to bend a little bit. So I have the bat put on now, and because that clips on, you can just move it however you want to. And now we're going to start with the body. So what I did was I got one of these faces. You don't have to take the sticker off because it's not going to show. But you turn it over and take a piece of this cloth and just cut a jagged piece out of it. I think I'll cut over here. If you want it to be neat, you know, cut it neat, just whatever you want. And my scissors are really not good, so they make it hard to cut. But with this project, that's okay. So I have better scissors, I just didn't really think to get them before I started this. So here's your piece of the jagged cloth, and just put it over, kind of about like that. I think will be fine. This bottom part is a little bit long right there. There. And to that, well, I forgot one thing on this, but I'll go back and do it. It's really good to leave that paper on there because this hot glue doesn't really stick to glass that well. So if you have the paper, it helps stick on there. So put a big glob of hot glue and then try to center your pumpkin as you go. And now he's on there. And then we're going, or let me show you the thing I forgot. I don't know if y'all got to see the video I did where I made these flowers out of leaves, but I thought I would take these and put in the hat to just give it a little something extra. So I'm going to cut that off right down where the tape starts. And I'm going to just barely bend it just a little bit so it's kind of rounded. Find the front of your pumpkin, which would be about right here, and I'm going to put that something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. Just putting some glue in the fabric. And I'm pulling the fabric over that little stem a little bit so it kind of hides it. And so that's what that looks like. Just a minute, baby. Looks good. Okay. Now, in the section where hairbrushes and that sort of thing is, they had these mirrors, and they are the perfect size to set your clear base thing on. So just take it off the paper and then pull out the little things. And you know, you really probably could leave those if you wanted to, but I don't know if you can see or not, but that fits in there perfectly. But what we're going to do is I'm taking washi tape, Halloween washi tape that I got from Dollar Tree. They have several different prints, but I really like this. I know the word for it, but I can't think. Anyway, just go around the edge. You're going to have some left at the bottom, but I'll show you what I do for that. This project is a little bit involved, but you know, when you craft, sometimes you want instant gratification, and sometimes, you know, it's kind of fun just taking a while to make something that you enjoy. So this is something that it doesn't take a huge amount of time, but you do have to put a little time in it. So I've put that all the way around, and now you see it's a little bit left over the edge. So what I'm doing is just going around, making a little cut, and I will glue that down. And don't make your cuts too far apart, or you'll have the same problem I had when I was trying to put that hat on. And one thing is, I don't know how to edit, and the other thing is, I'm just me, and if I goof up, I goof up. And this is all just fun. It's not, I don't take, I mean, I'm serious about wanting to to help people and show people how I do things, but this is something very fun for me, and I don't want to make it like a chore. So, and y'all understand, y'all are really sweet, and you understand, so we'll all just have fun doing this together. And I am trying to do this a little faster than I would do it if, you know, like I did the first one. It took a while longer, but I just don't want this to drag out for you. And the Dollar Tree has so many things to choose from that, you know, it's a lot of fun choosing what you want to put on here and decorate with. Don't limit yourself to what I've chosen. You just put what you think you would enjoy. So I've gotten that all down. So sorry about all this mess. So, do you remember in school when you used to take Elmer's glue and put it all over your fingers and then peel it off? This is basically what this is. Except this burns just a little bit. It's not extremely hot, but anyway, here is the thing we just made. And so it sits on there like that. And next, I had the polka dot bow for the other one made out of that. So I'm going to just use this ribbon for this bow. And I'm probably going to go off camera and make the bow and then come back. Since I've done a video on how to make a bow, so you don't necessarily need to watch. So what I'm going to do is make the bow, and then I'll be right back. So the bow's done, and I'm ready to attach it. And I was just trying to figure out how I liked it best. And I think I'm going to do it like that. It's hard to show you right here, but make sure that you don't glue it directly to the glass because it won't hold. So I'm going to put up in the crease and on this fabric a little bit of glue, and then I'm sticking this bow. Once you get the bow on, you can fluff it up more or whatever you want to do to it. So I'm going to let that dry just a little bit before I try to do too much to it. So anyway, there is the bow on the pumpkin. And I was trying to see if there was anything else. I think I'm going to put the bow just a little bit better on here. Once you start working with yours, you'll see, you know, how you want to do it, and you might come up with something completely different than what I've done. But it's taking this glue just a minute to dry. Usually it dries pretty quick. Maybe I put too much on there. And then Dollar Tree has these. They have some that are, I think, 140 hours maybe, and then these 240 hour lights. So I got the 240, and they had these cute little pumpkin votive holders that this fit in perfectly, and so I got a set, and I thought, well, that will look so cute in there, but then the glass wouldn't fit over it. So in a way, I feel like it needs more of something inside the glass, but this is what I came up with for now. So you pull the little tab that's right there, and then you flip it on, and it flickers, and you just set it in there. And it would be neat to just glue this down, but if you did, you wouldn't get to turn your light on and off. And so I'm going to bring this down like this. Maybe you can see it better. This is our pumpkin, and that's my big hand. I'm going to do a better view so you can see both of them. But I believe that's it, as best as I can tell. I'm looking at the other one. And I hope that I've explained this well enough. And I hope you enjoyed watching. And I hope you make some. This is such a fun project to do. And so I will see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.